Hello and welcome to the January 2015 Manheim Township Fire Rescue Monthly Update. This will be the first video update that we're providing to you, our staff, which replaces our paper updates that we discontinued last year. We believe that this is going to be a much more effective method to get you, our staff, the important critical information that you need to be able to function in our system. I'd like to start the update today with a couple personnel notes. Here in January of 2015, our new administrative assistant, Kelly Sylvester, has started work. Kelly is a part-time employee and will be working 20 hours a week, and she will be located at the Eden Fire Rescue Station on New Holland Pike. One of Kelly's first projects is, and you should have received an email from her, is what we're referring to as the Who's Who book in Manheim Township Fire Rescue. We took some input earlier this year and in the fall of last year on the amount of new faces that we see and people coming and going in our live-in program and our career staff members. So we came up with this concept to be able to put a binder together that you will find in your fire station within the next couple weeks. That will be separated by station and by career staff. So you will be able to look in there and find a short biography of every person, volunteer or career, that works or volunteers here in the Manheim Township Fire Rescue System. We're hopeful that we'll be able to increase everyone's knowledge of who they're working with from the different stations and again on our part-time career staff here in our system. So please feel free to email Kelly back, reply to her email and provide the information she's looking for, or simply touch base with her if you have any questions on that project. Also in 2015, we've been fortunate enough to be able to hire our fleet mechanic. Lamar Souter, who most of you are familiar with, has been hired as the fleet mechanic here in the Manheim Township Fire Rescue System. Lamar's regular work schedule is going to be Mondays 12 noon to 10 p.m. in the evening, so that he is here for our regular Monday night training should we have any apparatus issues that need attention during the evening or during training. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, Lamar will be working from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and each one of those days he'll be in a different fire rescue station. While he is there on those 3 days of the week, he's going to tend to the weekly checks of the apparatus and make any necessary repairs or preventative maintenance that needs to be done. Lamar will not be working Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. He will be on recall if we need to call him in for any emergency breakdowns or repairs. Apparatus issues that we would like to report on this month include the completion by an independent firm that came in and took a look at the 4 Pierce structural engines that we have in our fleet. This was due to a recall from Pierce Manufacturing on the TAC-4 suspension system. We were notified of the recall earlier this year, and again, the independent firm came out and took a look at those on the 13th of January, and at this point, all of our vehicles have been cleared from the recall. They've all been checked, and there are no defective parts in our TAC-4 suspension systems. We also want to remind everyone, and again, our new fleet mechanic, Lamar Souter, can provide any additional information that you would like on winter operations. Please keep in mind that right now, all 6 of our pumper vehicles have been drained, so there is not water in the pump. If you're not sure what that means as a driver-operator, again, please touch base with Lamar, and he'll be able to explain to you the proper procedures when responding with a dry pump to a wintertime incident. We're also moving forward with some other minor repairs now that Lamar is on board, and you will get additional information directly from Lamar sent out to all of the personnel in the fire rescue system. Some of the other issues that we're going to report on this month pertain to Lancaster County-wide communications and our upcoming move to the new radio system. We were notified on the 13th of January that LCWC is still working with the vendor on some issues in the dispatch console and with the police agencies that have already moved over to the system. So the notification again on 13 January was to let us know that the move by the fire service to the new radio system is now delayed till at least March. Going along with that is the programming of our mobile and portable radios, which has not yet been completed. We have also been notified that as early as possibly next week, programming will again resume for mobile and portable radios. It is our hope that our vendors to program the Tate mobile radios and the Motorola portable radios will be able to get to us in early February so that we can start a more aggressive training and move to the phase 2 of the radio training that Captain Bezek will be reaching out to you and advising you on in the upcoming weeks. Recruitment and retention is another issue that we continue to face every month. This month we want to report on a project that we have been hopeful to get off the ground, and we have just been able to start that here in January. The recruitment binders that most of you are familiar with that we use when we send out to prospective volunteers who indicate interest in the Manheim Township Fire Rescue System have become somewhat cumbersome, and we have taken some input from some volunteers over the past few months or year that the binder seems somewhat intimidating to some folks who receive it. In response to that, we are now launching a project to be able to take that binder and consolidate all of the information and put some video and some more clear direction onto a business card size USB. We're going to use this USB. It will first of all make it much easier for us to reach these folks by simply being able to mail out this small USB drive versus the large 3-ring binder. All of the information that is in the binder today will get downloaded onto this USB drive, again, along with some video explanation on the different sections of the binder, so that depending upon what type of volunteer membership they're seeking, whether that's come from home, duty crew, live-in, auxiliary, junior, we would be able to explain in a video link what sections of the binder need completed, how they should be completed, and then how to return that information to us for processing. I would ask all of those that had some comment on those application binders in the past, now's the time to provide your feedback and input so that we can help make this USB drive with our recruitment information as thorough and as easy to use for the prospective volunteers as possible. So I would ask you to submit your information in email to me as soon as you can, and we'll take all due consideration to your thoughts and ideas when we put this project together. The next item we would like to touch on this month is training. There are some very important trainings upcoming in the first quarter of the year, and as usual, those are our Hazmat Operations Level Refresher and Hazmat Technician Refreshers. Captain Bezek has posted those in all of the stations, and the Hazmat Tech Refresher does start later this month in January. As you are aware, it is a requirement in the Manheim Township Fire Rescue System that all personnel riding the apparatus have a current Operations Level Refresher or above. So I encourage everyone to check the dates. There are 2 Operations Refreshers and 2 Hazmat Technician Level Refreshers as well. So again, please check those dates and sign up in the stations. Also upcoming in the month of May for future planning is another 16-hour aircraft crash rescue course. Again, that is required for Level 2 on the Manheim Township Fire Rescue Grid, and as everyone is probably well aware, that is a difficult course to find outside of Manheim Township. It is very rarely offered elsewhere, so we try and offer it once a year on a regular basis here in Manheim Township. So for those folks that have not had the opportunity to get that, please sign up for that as quickly as you can. And also a reminder, there have been several emails over the last few months from Deputy Chief Bory regarding Con Ed requirements and a change in the Pennsylvania Department of Health system on how Con Eds are obtained and credited towards your current 3-year certification of your emergency responder or your EMT. I would again encourage you to make sure that you have become familiar with the information Deputy Chief Bory sent out. It is now a very difficult process to get your certification back if you let it lapse, even by 1 day. So we are encouraging everyone to make sure that you are well aware of your expiration date, again, on your EMR or your EMT, and make sure that you get your required amount of Con Ed credits prior to the expiration date. There is an EMT transition course coming up in the month of February that is also posted in all the stations that will give a generous amount of Con Ed credits to those currently certified in EMT. So again, we encourage you to make sure you are well aware of the requirements for those levels of certification. When we talk about communication, the year 2014 became a pretty big challenge for us from a communication perspective, both us communicating with you, our staff, volunteer and career, and communicating you folks from us at the leadership level. We are going to try and do a much better job in 2015 by increasing our communication, and this video monthly update is step 1 of that. Again, we have gone to a video monthly update because it had come to our attention that the paper copies that we were distributing every month were just not doing the job. So we're going to try and come to you through this video update every month, and possibly more than once a month if necessary, in order to provide you all the relevant information that you need here. Communication is a two-way street, and we would encourage you, when you have questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, to communicate that up the chain of command to the appropriate person so that we can help come to a good resolution to any issues or concerns that you have here in the fire rescue system. Communication is the key to the success of this organization, so we're going to encourage everyone to work on those communication skills so that it does remain a two-way street and everyone gets good, solid answers to their questions and concerns. That's our monthly update for January. Again, stay safe, and we'll look for you next month.